everybody, welcome to another off-the-shelf board game review, a video series where I'll give you a quick overview, teach you how to play, show you some gameplay, and finally review a board game. This week we're looking at Vinhos from Eagle-Gryphon Games. Vinhos is a game where every single player is a producer of wines trying to impress the wine magnates so they become the best producer in the world. Players are going to be fighting each other, competing for action spaces. Players are going to be competing in a fair, trying to produce the best wines. And finally, players are going to compete in the export markets and also selling to retail chains, selling to hotels, and selling to casinos, trying to get the money they need to keep producing to become the best estate and become the best wine producer in the entire world. On a player's turn, they're going to be taking various actions such as buying vineyards from these various regions on the board, adding cellars to their estates, adding wineries, adding farmers, hiring enologists, and doing whatever they can to make sure they're producing better and better wines that are going to sell on the marketplace and also perform the best in the fairs, because the game is played over years. The game is played over a total of 6 years, and on every single year, players are going to get a couple actions based on how well they've impressed the magnates and based on whatever actions are available to them on every single year. At the end of the third year, the fifth year, and finally the sixth year, the players are also going to have to go to a fair where they try to impress the magnates and impress the experts and impress everybody and show them they managed to produce the best wines, because that's going to be part of their victory condition. That's also going to affect their score. The players who can perform the best at the fair are going to get a lot of victory points, but you can't ignore the foreign markets, because that's also going to give you additional victory points during the game, and it's also going to give you victory points at the end of the game. So it's a constant battle. Players are trying to produce the best wines that will go to fair to give them victory points, but they also make sure that they're producing wines that they can also export for additional victory points, and there's an additional challenge that they have in the game. The players are constantly competing with the weather. Whether it's fantastic weather that's going to help them produce great wines, or happens to be terrible weather that's going to hammer their estates, and if their estates are not designed and built very, very well, they're not going to be able to produce wines at all. It's a very tight game where players are constantly battling lack of funds, because you're never going to have enough money to do everything you want to do in the game. Lack of production of wines, because you're never going to have the best wines you need to head out to the fair and also to the foreign markets, and also to manage to keep your money engine going, to keep managing to produce, to build up and keep building up your infrastructure, again, to be the best producer of wines in the world. If you want to learn how to play Vinhos, make sure you check out my tutorial video where I'll show you how to play the game. You can also check out my sample gameplay video where I'm going to play an entire game from start to finish, showing you the entire game and how the game plays. Or if you want, you just skip that entire series and check out my full review of Vinhos from Eagle-Gryphon Games. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoy this video series. If you want to see more like them, click that like button, click that subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching.